We basically have our minion online already. Literally like 30 seconds. Okay, we gotta start. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
We'll begin on page 226. 226. Ashrei ashrei veitecha, od yaluhu chaselam, Hashem shehacha loho, Hashem shenai Elohav, tila l'David. Tilat Adonai yitaber pihi, v'rak kol basar shem gvashoy elam ba'eg, v'anach ninavarech yahaha, yetaver Olaham, hallelujah. Uvalat Zion goel, shevhe v'shekavek asher Yaakov nu Adonai. V'yata kadosh yoshev tilo Yisrael, v'karaz ez v'yamar, kadosh kadosh kadosh, and that's machmaretz kavod. Amen. Vatisaeni v'ruach v'shmai korach korash kadoho v'ruach v'adonai mihim kama. Vayituchu b'chaydei shemecha kilos v'rushach Adonai nachaveisim asito yagdil Torah v'yadir. And Rabbi Stecker is going to tell us what page Vayelech is on.
1173.
1173.
And I am honored to be able to read the opening thereof. Vayelech Moshe vayidaber et hadvarim ha'ele el kol Yisrael vayomer aleihem b'meah ve'esrim shana anochi hayom lo'uchal od latzet v'lavo v'Adonai amar elai lo ta'avor et hayadei hazeh Adonai Elohecha hu over lefanecha hu yashmid et hagoyim ha'ele milfanecha v'yirishtam Yehoshua hu over lefanecha ka'asher diber Adonai v'asa Adonai lahem ka'asher asa l'sichon ule'og malchei ha'emori ule'artzam asher hishmid otam unetanam Adonai lifnechem v'asitehem lachem kechol hamitzvah asher tiviti etchem chizku ve'imtzu al tir'u ve'al ta'artzu mipnehem ki Adonai Elohecha hu ha'lechima lo yarpecha v'lo ya'azveka vayikra Moshe lihoshua vayomer elav le'nei chol Yisrael chazak ve'ematz ki ata tavo et ha'am hazeh El haaretz asher nishba Adonai la'avotam latet lahem ve'ata tanchilena otam. Adonai hu holech lefanecha hu hiya imach lo yarpecha velo ya'azveka lo tira velo techa.
Shekach Chazak Baruch. I invite you to rise as you are able, page 233. Ikada v'ikada Hashem Rabba'ak Be'amadi rechativ v'michmachutei V'chayechon v'yomechon V'chayechon Beit Yisrael B'agalav Isman Karihi v'imruhu Amen Yehei Shmei Mavavarach Le'alam Lamei Amaya'am Yibarach v'Shabak V'Vartin Aseg V'Tadar v'Talav V'Talav Shmei Kedusha HaBrichu Le'alam Katav V'Shirata Shukatav V'Nechamata Jam B'Yamaha v'imruhu Amen. We recite the Amidah privately, 234 to 239.
She thought I was a bit soft for being worried about this. And look, it is going to affect the extra money that families have got left after paying their mortgage. It is going to be harder to get a mortgage. That payment, we should also note that the unemployment rate now is just about at a 50-year low. Most people who want jobs can get them. So some parts are performing well, some parts are performing poorly, and there's a trade-off between the two, and that's the linkage you were talking about.
Yeah. So what do you think people should do with their money right now?
I think they should basically do what they've always been doing. Here's the really simple advice for your viewers. If you ever make an investment based on what some guy on CNN once said, you're probably making a mistake. So I go and look at, I talk to many economists, and nearly every
Just a little porch spice for tomorrow night. Back to Shabbat, page 234.
In a new photo tonight.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanara Elohim V'Amel Chasadim Tovim V'Nei Yaakov V'Zocher Chasdei Avok U'Mevi Go Elif Nevnehem L'Man Shema V'Yahavak Melech Hazer Foked Moshiach Magin Baruch atah Adonai Magin Avraham Ufoked Sarah Ata Gibor Le'Lamonai Mechaim Itim Ata Rav Lahoshiach Mechakeh Chaim Mechayim Itim Rachamim Rabihim Samech Noflim Rofech Olim Matir Asunim Mechayim Natoy Shnei Afar Michamal Chabag Gevorot Umidam Melach Melachim Mechayim Esmich Shuach V'Ne'aman Talach Hayot Meitim Baruch Ata Adonai Mechayeh HaMeitim
Amen Kadesh Shimcha Ba'alam Kishem Shemakdishim Oto Bishmei Marom Kakatu Vaya Neviyecha V'Karazeh El
Yishcham Ba'alam Kishem Shemagdishim Oto Bishmei Marom V'Yecha V'Karazeh El Zeh V'Yamar Kadosh 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 Hanai Tzolach Maratz Kavod Zal Li'Matam Baruch Yameir Baruch V'Adonai Mikamaho More Yimlo Chanai Le'Alam L'Hakzin on the door Hallelujah the Doradorna Gigo Lehecha with a netzach nitzachim shechanakti ish b'shikacha Eloheinu v'timolei mishulam ba'eg kemal kadosh kadosh atak orachat ronahag ha'el hakadosh.
Everybody may be seated. 236.
Ta'acha v'shimcha echad, umi kemcha Yisrael go echad ba'aretz, tiferet geduhulak. V'ater Yeshuahak, Yom Menucha Kedusha Lam Tata, Abraham Yagiel Yitzchak Yiranih, Yaakov Anav Yanuchu Vahok, Menuchata Vanandava, Menuchata Met Bemunak, Menucha Shalom Vashave Vashkeva Vetak, Menucha Shlema Sher Tabrat Sebak, Yakiu Vanecha Vedu Ki Mihitra Hi Menucha Takum, Yamanucha Tam Yikadushu Shemachak, Eloheinu Levoteinu Ritzeva Nuchatenu, Kadashenu V'mitzvotechak. Atinu Torah Sabinu B'Tovecha V'Simchein V'Shuvatecha. Heli Beinu L'Chavi Amed. Anchin Eloheinu Baron Son Shavaka Chechak. Anuchuva Yisrael Mekadeshe Shemecha. Baruch Atadonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Ritzei an Eloheinu B'Yamcha Yisrael Tziyotzakum. B'Sheva David Divretecha Tziyotam B'Yabak L'Yotzakum. Tziyotzakum Tamid of Yisrael Amecha. V'Techazena Eineheinu. V'Shuchas Yom V'Rachamim. Baruch Atadonai Hamachazir Shkinato Letziyah Modim Anachnu Lach. Shadonai Eloheinu Levoteinu Levoteinu.
5% cash back that automatically adjusts to your top eligible spend pattern.
Hatov kilo chalurcha mehekak. Hamrachem kilo tamuchas tachame alam kevinu la'ach. Bial kulam miparak vitram shukama ken taminulam be'ehek. B'chol ha'chaim yiduchas salav. V'yishnucha b'mek. Hez yotinu v'zatinu salak. Baruch ata Adonai. Hatov shichanachan elohada'ah. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Mechai Yisrael Kwei Sheitevel. Tasim li'olam. Ki atah ha'chadon kol ha'shalachim betov be'einacham. Levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol shal v'shemacham. Baruch Atadonai Hamachas Yisrael v'shalom. Bottom of 239. Tikaka Sedek Le'olaham Toratecha Emek. Tikaka Elohim Adramam Asher Tzizakelod. Elohim Michamocha. Tikaka Kareha Mishutaka Tom Rabak. Zumema Toshia Adonai. 247. Yikadavi Kadash Rabak. Bi'alma Directim Kute B'chayikon Mekon. Ubchayikol Beit Yisrael Bagalazman Karif Imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabban Barach Bi'alam Lame Amayak. Yebarach V'yishtabach V'pa'arvitum Neseg. V'tazar V'talev Tilal Shmei Kudusha B'yekuk. Le'ez Lamekon Katav Shira Tak. Chushachatav V'nechem Atad Z'riyamah V'imru Amen. Take up else to home Baton Huizok. Kudam Hom D'Yishma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shalom Yishamayim V'chayim Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Ramav V'yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol Na'ateh Kidula Le'otzeh B'Rishig Shelo Asanu Koye Haratzok V'lo Hosam Manukim Shechot Hadam Shelo Sam Chalkeinu Kahem V'gohor Aleinu Kechol HaMachnakim V'nachnu Korikim U'mishtachavim U'mifnei Melech Malchei HaMachim Kadosh Baruch Hu V'yoseh
Experts, though, point out to reports suggesting she was tortured. New pictures today show Monica lobbed at police as they
Ne'emar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz bayom haku ya Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Mourners Kaddish. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei rabak v'yama divra kirute v'yamich machutek v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael v'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba v'barach le'olam lamei amaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnasek v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalak shemei dekudusha Elah min kol bechata v'shiratak chush bechata v'nechamatak damiran b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamak v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yamech shalom h'ramak v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael Bimra. Amen. All right, be seated. We have our 8 minutes each of learning and singing.
I feel like a matzah minus 10 minutes. I only have 8 minutes. So, what I want to do this evening is to reflect on a prayer that, I mean, it's become a cornerstone of the Ashkenazi High Holiday Liturgy, and it's also been added to Mizrahi and Sephardi prayer books, interestingly, and that's the prayer Unetane Tokef. And apologies if people don't have copies, but I think it's familiar enough to us. Unetane Tokef was inserted into the Musaf service for Rosh Hashanah and for Yom Kippur, and it is associated with, ascribed to Rabbi Amnon of Magensa, Rabbi Amnon of Mayence, one of those towns that was on the border of France and Germany. And the story is that he was forced to, he didn't actually capitulate, but he was pressured to convert to Christianity, to renounce Judaism, and he refused, and he was asked, what he thought was the appropriate punishment, and he said, that the tongue that even said, I would consider this, should be removed. And then they said, no, the legs that didn't carry you back here to accept Jesus as Lord and Savior, we're going to cut off your legs. So it's actually a horrible story. It's a story of his martyrdom. And before I take a look at it, it's worth pointing out that much of the Ashkenazi liturgy for the high holidays is impacted by martyrdom. So you have the martyrdom of the Crusades. During the Crusades, of course, the Christians were going to reclaim the Holy Land from the Muslims, and they killed as many Jews as they could along the way. You don't see this in Sephardi liturgy. So if people say that overall the High Holy Day liturgy seems to be a little bit more upbeat in the Sephardi traditions, you could generalize, but you don't have this type of a kind of intense prayer that comes out of that extraordinary trying experience of this individual and of other individuals. So I just want to to reflect. So first of all, the idea that we're interrupting the Amida altogether with prayers is something which is unusual. There were interruptions, but there was an understanding that the Amidah was a unit, and you couldn't just sort of walk in and start adding things. You were supposed to be mindful of the structure. So we have this little phrase, which you may have paid attention to. Misod chachamim nevonim, so out of the, inspired by the insight, by the secrets of the sages, Eftecha pi v'tfilav tachanunim, I will open up my lips and I will begin to pray. So that's sort of, it's a way of saying, I'm about to add other stuff. So that's what's being said here. And one instance of that additional liturgy is, of course, Unetane Tokef. So it sets the stage, which is really extraordinary. The shofar sounds, and then we have this scene, V'chol ba'ei olam ya'avru lefanecha. So it is all ba'ei olam, all that lives on earth. It's not just the Jews, it's not just human beings. This is a time of judgment for all living things, passing before God, ma'avir tzono, like sheep pass before, and the shepherd counts, God is the shepherd, and then determines the fate and the destiny of everything. So what I want to lay out is that I believe that Unetane Tokef is actually a meditation on the relationship between what is fated, what we cannot control, the stuff that's just going to happen to us, and our volition, where we can exercise control. Because you start with this, and the book is open, and it's determined who will live and who will die, and who this way and who that way. Interestingly, I have read a lot of metaphorical playing off of this, that no, it's not literally who will live and who will die, but it's really who will live a certain way, and it's really who will be, let's say, strangled by life's complexities. It's a way of metaphorizing it. I have found, the more that I pass through life, that the actual literal text, I think, is so powerful and so meaningful that attempts to try to make it seem like it's something else, I find often fall flat. So it starts with, this is what is determined, this is what's going to happen, who will be at peace, who will be troubled, who will be serene, who will be disturbed. And you sort of leave that thinking, like, why are we even here? And it sounds kind of fatalistic, Calvinistic. I mean, Calvinism was a branch of Christianity that maintained, following its leader and originator, that everything has been determined. So at no point in trying to do good, because the fates have already determined what's going to happen to you. You're going to be well, you're not going to be well. You're going to have good luck, you're going to have bad luck. It's all been determined. Doesn't matter what you do. And Calvin, sidebar, he said, you should do good things so that you look like somebody who's going to be saved. He said, it's all about appearances. You want to look like you're one of the people who's going to the good place. So you want to put on a show. But that is not certainly the standard Jewish version. And then after all of that, who will be impoverished, who will be enriched, who will be brought low, who will be raised up? Then we have this phrase that seems to turn it all on its head, uteshuva, utfila, utzdaka, ma'avirin et roa hagzera. So teshuva and tefillah and tzedakah, ma'avirin, have the power to, some translate it to completely overturn the bad decree. And here it's really to kind of take out, I would say, some of the badness of the decree, to sort of like lessen it, to attenuate it, as it were. And so, I mean, how does that actually work? You know, we all have our own ways of understanding God and understanding life. Does this mean you do this, that, and the other, and so your illness is mitigated, or your financial misfortune somehow is reversed? I don't know. Obviously, none of us really understands all of these mysteries. Here's what I would understand. That we are looking at this and saying that, yes, there are things that are beyond our control. There are things that are going to happen no matter what. There are certain things that are in our genes. There are certain things that have to do with, who knows, circumstances that are beyond our control. But where can we exert influence and control? And I think this is really remarkable, this troika. So teshuvah is how we self-reflect and take care of our own integrity, our own personalities, so that we're in control of. We can be truthful, we can be deceptive, we can be generous, we can be stingy. So all of that. Tefillah is our connection with our Creator, and tzedakah is the goodness that we bring into the world. And we can choose to bring goodness into the world. We can choose not to bring goodness into the world. And then the rest of it before you get to Kedusha is also, again, beautiful meditation. We are dust, we return to the dust. We don't last, God does last. So I just want to encourage us during these moments. They are often very powerful. It's one of the moments when the entire congregation is singing together, Rosh Hashanah yikatevu v'yom tzom kippur yechatemu, and to really kind of find the sense of what is it that's beyond us. But very much, I think these holidays are about what is within our sphere of influence, within our control. So with all of that in mind, we'll do a little singing, and then we will launch into Mariv and say goodbye to the final Shabbat of 5782. So we're gonna, I think we should drop an apple, like that's not a bad idea. We'll just sort of have,
as long as the apple's made by Tiffany.
Yeah, exactly. We'll sort of the lowering of the Tiffany apple. We'll see if we can patent that. Anyway, Chazan.
So I'd love for us to practice the insertions that we sing so beautifully during the 10 days of Teshuvah. So if you go to the Mariv service that we're about to pray in the Amidah, you'll find on page 286, and also we'll be praying these words over the next few days of Rosh Hashanah. We have Zochrenu lechaim melech chafetz b'chaim v'chotvenu b'sefer hachayim nemancha Elohim chayim. So page 286. All year long, this insertion is here, and we have to guide our eyes over it. But now we should pay attention, of course, and focus on Zochrenu lechaim. And in the version that I love to sing, I like to repeat that, especially with the gratitude that we have life. There has been so much sickness, so many challenges. I can even just think of my cousin Bob, who had COVID 3 times and then passed away this week. And so we're going to be missing him. And of course, we want to be remembered for life. So let's sing together and repeat that phrase. Zochrenu lechaim, remember us for life. Zochrenu lechaim, Zochrenu lechaim, melech hafetz b'chaim, v'chotvenu b'sefer hachayim, nema'anecha Elohim chayim. Double remember us. Zochrenu lechaim, Zochrenu lechaim, melech hafetz b'chaim, v'chotvenu b'sefer hachayim, nema'anecha Elohim chayim. And many times we actually sing it where we repeat the second line, v'chotvenu b'sefer. So, of course, we want to be written in the book of life as well. We can emphasize that. And let's go towards the end of the Amidah and see if you can find the insertion on page 291. Page 291. In the evenings, we sing Shalom Rav, that there should be a great peace that should come to Israel and throughout all humanity, all the inhabitants of the world. And then a similar theme, B'sefer Chaim, Beracha v'Shalom, Ufarnasa Tova. So let's sing this together, just a very sweet lullaby of a melody, and hopefully this will carry us forward with blessing and appreciation for all the sustenance that we have in our lives. B'sefer Chaim beracha v'shalom ufarnasa tova nizachev v'nikatev lefanecha anachnu v'chol amecha beit Yisrael lechaim tovim uleshalom. Join with a big breath. B'sefer Chaim beracha v'shalom ufarnasa tova nizachev v'nikatev lefanecha anachnu v'chol amecha beit Yisrael lechaim tovim uleshalom. Just one other little snippet. Avinu Malkeinu comes over and over in our liturgy, and there are moments where we approach this moment with a sense of trepidation, but there are moments where we skip towards our parents, towards our Father, that we have this joyful energy. So I want to show you this melody. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Now Dad's going to listen. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Mom hears you. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, 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 Avinu
Shakach, thank you so much. There's so much, obviously, melodies that literally just pierce the soul during this time. And so we're really looking forward to you. No pressure, of course, and to Chazan Rosenblum. And so we just hope they can all join us, however you do, and really just lift up your voices, because that's how our prayers get heard. We turn to page 281 for the Mari service. I invite you to rise as you are able. Anahoshia Hamelch Yanenu B'Yom Kareinu. Baruch Hu Adonai HaMevarach. Baruch Hanan Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. Baruch Adonai Hamelch Halam Asher El Chai became to Nochlion, Bad Baruch Hantanai, Hama Arif, Arabin, Avat Alam Be Israel, Tramism, Akan Elohein, Uvashachvin, Nismach Bedivator attack. Kihen Chayenu, Yorkamenu, Uvahem Negaya, Mambalalak, Behavat the Chadis Moon, Memenolamin Baruch Hantanai, Ohe Mahmo, Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadarim ha'elech, asher anochi mitzavcha hayom ala vavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bakum, v'shivcha v'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derch, v'shochelcha v'kumecha, u'kshartam liot aidecha, v'yiduzavot b'dinecha, u'chtavtam am zazot beitecha uv'yisharecha. Ahani Adonai Lechem Asher Hotzeiti Edchem Yeretz Mitzrakim V'yot Lachem Lohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Emet Aviamuna Kosov Given Eleni Fralan Umachuto Bratzon Kibul Hakim Moshe Uvenei Zolachan Ushurak V'simcha Rabbav Yemuchula Ahum Mi Chamocha Be'emenonai Mi Kamocha Netahar Ba'Kodesh Nerati Hilot Osei Fele'ek Malchucha V'necha Pokei Yamfni Moshek Ze'eli Anu V'yamru Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Ba'ek V'ne'amar Ki V'Adonai Yaakov V'Galom Yan Chazak Mimenu Baruch At Adonai Ga'al Yisrael Ashkivein on Eloheinu Shalom. Ushmor Tzeitenu Uvoenu L'Chaim L'Shalom Yetav Yerakam Baruch Atanai Shomer Amo Yisrael La'ak. Please rise. Yikadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabak. Be'alma D'Yokosei B'Chotei B'Chaychon Mikon U'B'Chay D'Chol Beit Yisrael B'Galezman Karib V'Imru Amein. Yehei Shmim Avarach L'Olam L'Mei Amaya'ak. Yiparach V'Yishtabach V'Pa'ar B'Tromit Naseg V'Tatar V'Telev T'Lal Shmei Kudusha B'Richu Le'ela Merkatav Shir Atak Shishukatav Nechem Atat Zuriamak B'Imru Amein. The Amidah recited privately 286 to 291. We do the larger paragraph for the end of Shabbat on 287.
במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
We have a holiday this week, and so the traditional prayer that we do on Saturday night is not recited, so we continue on 294. Yitkadal v'kadash shemei rabak v'alma tivra ketivimik machuteg v'chaychon v'yamechon uv'chayei l'chol beit Yisrael b'agala zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach v'alam lamei amaya yibarach v'yishtabach v'yibarbizun aseg v'tadar v'talev talal shmei kedusha b'richub le'ed lamekon katav shiratak Tishvachatav nechamata zamriama v'imru amen. Tikabel sotahon vatahon the Chol Yisrael v'davahon diushmai v'imru amen. Yehei shalom v'shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom heramak v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'akol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Aleinu l'shaveach l'adon hakol
Latekidu la leotzer breishi shelo asanu koye haratzot velo hosamanu k'mishachot adama shelo sam chelkenu kachem vegohor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lefnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shemai v'yoser haaretz
כי המלכות שלך היא ולעולמי תמלוך בכבוד ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לה 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 לה
Continue on page 80, the psalm for the season. The David Adonai Orivi Ishi Mimi Ira'ak Adonai Ma'och. That's the rain of his sister. I love it. You're gonna lead it.
You know it better. You say it.
Okay. Achat sha'ati me'et Adonai Ohota ahavakesh. Achat sha'ati me'et Adonai Ohota ahavakesh. Shifti beveit Adonai Kol yemei chayai Lachazo b'noam Adonai Ulevaker b'heichalo Lachazo b'noam Adonai Ulevaker b'heichalo Luhulei ha'amati l'ropa t'v'onai be'eretz chaim Kaveh Adonai chazak v'mizivachak v'kaveh el Adonai Mourners Kaddish Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabak v'yama divra kirutei v'yamich machutek v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei techol beit Yisrael v'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach v'alam lamei amayek Yiparach v'yishtabach Yipa'ar v'tramam v'itnasek v'tadar, v'taleh, v'talak, shemei d'kudusha brichu. Le'ela min kol bechata v'shiratak, chush bechata v'nechamatak, d'miran b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamak, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'ramak, huya aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Please join us for Havdalah.
Yeah.
I still have to learn. There's some major chords that Howard can teach. Okay. No.
With the G minor, that's right. G for God.
Right.
Let's see if we can spread this.
Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi. Ine Yeshuati, Eftach velo echad, Yoti v'zimratya, Adonai vayhi Yeshua. Ushaftem mayim besason, mimayne Yeshua, Adonai Yeshua. Alamecha b'chatecha sela, Adonai tzvaot imanu, miskam lanu Elohei Yaakov sela. Adonai tzvaot, ashrei adam poteach pach, Adonai Hoshia. המלך יעננו ויום קורנו, ליהודים הייתה אורה, ושמחה וששון ויקר. ליהודים הייתה אורה, ושמחה וששון ויקר, כן תהיה Yeshuot Esah, Ubishem Adonai Ekra, Savri Chaverai, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Orei Peri HaGefen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Orei minei v'samim, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Orei me'orei ha'esh, la 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 la, 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 Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavdil ben kodesh lechol, ben or lechoshech, ben Yisrael amim, ben yom hashvi'i, v'sheshet yemei ha'maseh. Baruch Atah Adonai, Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol. La 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 la. Magdir ben kodesh lechol, chatotenu imcho, zarenu v'chaspenu, yarbechacho, v'chacho chavim balayla. Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov. Hagut tevoch, Hagut tevoch, Hagut tevoch, Hagut tevoch.
Eliyahu, Bismut Eliyahu, Hanavi Avena. Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Bismut Eliyahu, Hanavi Avena.
Oh, Yitomrich bona, Bashemim, no shachamim, Gam nora Hashena.
Eliyahu,
Eliyahu,
Bismut Eliyahu, Hanavi Avena. Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Bismut Eliyahu, Hanavi Avena.
Malach hagoel yifne nafsho ana el Avraham akrena.
Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Bismut Eliyahu, Hanavi Avena.
Dennis Brustine on the percussions.
That's right.
Shabbat tov, everybody. Really, it's supposedly a short Shavua. May the whole week be a tov one, a Shana Tova. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Tomorrow evening, we really do usher in the holiday and the new year at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. And so, really wishing everybody a Shana Tova u'metuka.
Eliyahu, Eliyahu hanavi,
Umelech
HaMashiach.
That's all I know, I'm sorry.
In the key of E flat. Eliyahu,
Eliyahu, Eliyahu hanavi, Umelech HaMashiach.
You could apply Yom Pana Kitzel Tomer.
That works.
Keep it in.
But there is a beautiful
You can get the text from